Oh my gosh. So it's checkout day on the Gunflint Trail. And I came up on Wednesday and it was basically 70 degrees. And it was chilly the other day. A little bit on the water, like, 50s with breeze. Yesterday, it got kind of cold. And this is what I wake up to looking out the window. You're supposed to snow maybe 1 to 3 inches. Okay, maybe. Probably not stick to the roads. Alright, so I'm like, okay, maybe it's just stuck on the trees. So around the corner. Okay, to turn the fire on, to warm it up in here a little bit. Oh my gosh. It is a full-on blizzard out there. Like there. So, you can't even see the lake shore. I've got snowdrifts piling up. That is more than 3 inches of snow. Okay, that is way more. Here, I get the focus working right. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, so I'm like, all right, well, it shouldn't be that bad. And there's that lovely yellow tree over there. Okay, still fall. All right, so here I go, working my way over to where my car is. My car is there. I'm gonna have to trudge through all this snow to unpack to my car. But then I start thinking, check out those cool yellow trees. Sorry, get distracted. Okay, so that's why I'm like, oh, it'd be kind of fun to stay and see the beautiful trees and snow. I don't know if my car, without snow tires, without four-wheel drive, can get up the hill with that snow on the ground. So this is going to be interesting. I may have to have someone who's super experienced snow driver, which I'm not because everyone always just yells at me and says I'm dangerous to get back, to stay at home and not leave the house when it snows. I might have to have one of the guys get my car up the hill. I can just see myself spinning tires and hitting the rock or the tree or the log and getting stuck. So that's where I'm at. I guess I gotta start packing because someone's supposed to be in the cabin tonight. So I'm kind of, getting evicted. And this is what I'm looking at right now. Pretty, don't get me wrong, really pretty, but oh boy. This is pretty intense. Everyone's like, oh yeah, the roads are going to be great, it's not going to stick, but I understand it's sticking to the table, but I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be an adventure. Just crazy. Look at that. Climbing up. That's just from the wind. There's the canoe out there. So there you go. Wintry view at Rockwood Lodge over Poplar Lake. Okay, so I'm finally outside. The snow slowed down a little bit. See, I can see the other shoreline. Not really expecting this. They close down these cabins before they snow. So, without injuring my paddle, it makes a great snow shovel. Let's see if I can do this one-handed while I'm videoing. So I am shoveling my way to the car with a canoe paddle. So I can load up my car. I don't have a snow brush, so I'm going to use the broom from inside, but the path getting there was too much to use with a broom, so that's how it goes. canoe paddle shoveling. It's not really heavy snow, so I don't feel like I'm doing any damage to it. Not scraping against the ground. But you gotta use what you have to make it work. That's the tight little lane I'm kind of worried about. Getting up, there's a big rock on the right and logs and trees on the left. So you have to be really accurate with it. And if I'm slipping and sliding or turning, I could get stuck or run into a rock or a log or a tree. So that could be a pretty interesting deal. It is absolutely gorgeous with the yellows from the trees and the whites on the pines. I'm surprised those birches are holding their leaves. But yeah, it's beautiful. Just not expected this much. So, I guess you can't really forecast snow. Alright, I'm going to continue my shoveling to the car. Skewers right there, who got me out of the driveway at cabin 4. The next people staying in are not allowed to park down the hill. No, they're not. They shoveled me some tire tracks, and with some strategy and a little bit of pushing, we got the car out. My favorite was when we got down there, his first question was, that thing 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive? I'm like, nope. He's like, well, okay then. So, we got everything out. I'm checked out, getting ready to head down the trail to the trail center. Not sure how the roads are yet. We're gonna wait for the plow to go by before I head to town, get some breakfast, and enjoy these lovely views. Report from the Grand Marais area is that they didn't really have a lot of snow, so as long as I can get back to Highway 61 to the shore region, I should be good to head home. So, there you go. My Rockwood snow adventure. From now it will turn to the Gunflint snow adventure, so hopefully nothing too crazy happens on my journey home. So here I am at the trail center, gonna get some breakfast. Carl plowed me out of the road so I could get up to the top. The status of the Gunflint Trail is not plowed. You can see there's a car with a canoe on it. Which is canoeing the other day. They're probably getting ready to go home. And the big change in weather. For a chunk of the trail, there was only 2 tire marks coming down, so not having 4-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, I was really hoping, praying that no car came my way, because I don't know what I would do. So, it's really gorgeous out. Everything's awesome. There goes the mail Jeep. But basically, I gotta grab some breakfast and sit here and wait until the plow goes by, because a few miles down the trail, what happens is I end up out in the middle of the real wilderness where there's no one there to save me. So basically gonna hang out and eat and wait till I hear the plow. So that is the plan. It is gorgeous, but it's gonna be a slow go. You know, in the North Woods, you gotta wait for the right time. You can't push things, so that is what I'm gonna do. Not a bad place to be stuck. Well, the plow came up the trail. It'll be a little time before it comes back down it, but I got good news from the folks inside that there's only about a 20-mile stretch that got all this snow, at least that's stuck. So up the trail about 10 miles, there's no snow on the roads, and supposedly down the trail The report is that there's also no snow about 10 miles away. So now that I have one lane plowed, that means I should be able to make it and get down there. So that's the good news. Reports inside are that it snowed 11 inches here. The snow reporter, that's what they said. So there's a guy bringing his boats up. Well, there's still open water, so he's gonna go fishing. That's some fishing gear right there. So, life in the North Woods. It's kind of fun. Trail Center doesn't have any Wi-Fi. Really, there's no internet up here. There's no cell service. So we were all sitting in the back room, like 3 or 4 table of us, kind of joking around and having some fun. Kind of like the old days when people aren't distracted and talk to each other. So, it's a good place. So here I am at the Gull Lake access at Trail's End. I decided to head farther up the trail and wait for the snowplow to come back. I passed him on the other side of, or just shy of getting to Gunflint Lake. The report was correct in that basically once I got from Gull Lake and started to go down, Gunflint Lake, and started to go down, basically the snow kind of diminished. The roads even got to the point where they were dry. So kind of thinking back, where I was in Rockwood Lodge and Trail Center area is really close to Laurentian Divide, where the water will either flow to the St. Lawrence Seaway or Hudson Bay. So that is a high point in the area, and so that's why there was all that snow there. So I mean, if you come back down here, and there's some flurries flying, but it's chilly, but it's a beautiful day. You'd never think that there was a giant snowstorm about 15-20 miles up the road. So pretty cool. So I'm gonna get ready and head back down since I passed the snowplow. I know that I'll be able to get back okay. But isn't this just beautiful? All this rock. I should say boulder rock doesn't do it justice. So many rocks that you drive between and boulders. It's just so pretty, and they always have all these different colored lichens on them. It just adds to their spectacular nature. There's always pines clinging on, growing out of them. In some regard, stretching down into the crevices. So, really pretty. Water up here is crystal clear. You just can't beat it. So, guess it's time to go home. I'm at the trail's end, which is a metaphor for my journey. I'll get to see my white pines on the way back. So, still have things to look forward to. Okay, so here we are. I thought my journey had ended at the trail's end. I come back. I stop in to give the Trail Center the report, and that there's no snow basically until Gunflint. And they said, yeah, until 10 miles down the trail back towards the cities, we're fine. Well, apparently there's a bunch of snow bands coming in, which picked up from stopping at a lake and talking to a photographer coming up from Grand Marais. So it's snowing pretty good again. I stopped here at the stand of white pines, and it's I love these things. They're my favorite. So it's I'm getting close to being back into civilization. Occasional cars coming by, check out the weather, but it's pretty cool. A nice little pull off here where I go to check them out. So there's no cars coming really quick, so you can get the good view. You can get the good view. Oh yes. Oh, my white pines, how I love them. All right, I gotta get out of the road. I was on Zoom. That car wasn't really that close at all. So far away. So it's really picking up. It's grappling instead of snowing. Better get on the road, get down to elevation. Once I get back in cell phone zone, I'll know what the heck is going on, because this weather is changing like crazy, and we'll see what happens. All right, slow and easy. That's how you do this. So my Gunflint adventure is over. I made it to the Pincushion Mountain overlook, and so as soon as I get down to the bottom of the hill and off the Gunflint, looks like most of my ride's gonna be okay. By like 2 harbors of Duluth. There's some snow, so I'm just gonna take it slow and slowly make my way home. Got a lot of really pretty leaves up here, and there's the town of Grand Marais down there. See, the wind is really throwing up some waves off Artist Point.